Hey guys, and welcome back to Sevtech Ages. So I just want to address a few comments first from the last episode. I want to try and make a habit of this because it also makes me get into the habit of writing down people's names. Nightwind32 suggested that I make some tinker stuff out of steel leaf. I decided not to do that, Nightwind, because steel leaf is limited. You can't make more steel leaf, you always have to loot it. And although the Twilight Forest is technically infinite, and there's technically infinite loot chests, it's not really something that I want to have to chase around, and I know I can replace parts later and so on and so forth. But I thought I would just go ahead and make myself a full set of knightly Tinker's armor instead. As well as some knightly tools. So this is all knightly stuff that I'm using now. So knightly broadsword. This broadsword, I think. Yeah, okay. So it's got a bone tool rod, a knightly sword blade, and a copper wide guard. So I get extra experience. I get the possibility of the stalwart buff. I can't remember what Twilight does. Let's take a look in the book. This one. Knightly. Twilight does speedier in the Twilight Forest, more damage outside the Twilight Forest. So I do more damage here, but I'm faster in the Twilight Forest. The pickaxe, on the other hand, is it's wooden tool rod, knightly pickaxe head, and prismarine binding. The prismarine binding so I can use it underwater if I want to. I've also gone and made a knightly hatchet and a knightly shovel. And this one has Necronomicon as well, and this one has well established. So yeah, just a bunch of knightly stuff. The armor, on the other hand, is all knightly core. And then the plate is bone for extra toughness. Toughness is the blue armor symbol. And the chest plate has fiery armor trim. So I use the last 3 fiery ingots from that first 19 fiery blood that I got to make some fiery trim. Or 1, actually. It's 1 for trim. I also put prismarine on the boots so that I move faster in water, and both the helmet and the leggings have copper so that I get some more experience. And in fact, you can see I have 56 levels because I've been up to a lot. And how did I get the knightly armor in the first place? Well, I went and found a goblin knight area, and I did a lot of it. And got a lot of knightly armor shards, and I'll show you what that's all about in this episode. But I didn't beat the boss, because you guys should be there for that. And we're not gonna go to that same dungeon that I went to last time. We're gonna go to a fresh night dungeon and do it from the start, so you guys know what it's all about. But I just wanted to make myself this living invulnerable tank, because as you can see down the bottom there, the amount of armor I have is 30. I have 30 armor. I also have 3 toughness, which is 1 more toughness than a full set of diamond, I believe. And it will get more when we're able to put modifiers on it, because at this particular stage we can't put modifiers on the armor or weapons. In here I have started collecting all the bits we need for the engine. The only thing we're missing is the Ghast tears and the Carbonite reactor. So I also have this Traveler's Cloak of Slowfall here, but I can't attach that to my knightly chest plate because it counts as a modifier. Boo! Boo-ins! Right, what else have I done? I've started sorting out my diet. I've started creating jam donuts from the Betweenlands. And in fact, if we come out here, because they give me both a lot of fruit and a lot of grain. It's like 4.3 each, I think. Yes, 4.3 of fruit and grain. So I'm starting to grow white pear seeds. I brought some purified dirt from the Betweenlands back to the overworld. compost bin. Got some blocks of compost. This is the chest that I'm working from. Over here, I stole a helmet crab spawner from the nightly dungeon, and that's where I got a lot of my nightly shards from, is by sitting here and killing nightly crabs. Helmet crabs, sorry. But yes, this is where I get my fruit from, which is these. And as for the dried swamp reeds, I have created temporary patch, much like the reeds were already growing, the sugarcane. I've got this temporary patch of swamp reeds growing. Something else I got up to. I progressed quite a lot. Well, not actually that much, but it took a dang long time because that's just the way it is. I think it's just the mod. It's not Sevtech. Sevtech hasn't changed it all that much. But it just takes a long time. If I come over to the Corallium Swamp, alright, so here we are on the edge of the Corallium Swamp. Over here I'm keeping things because remember in the future, or many episodes ago, I mentioned that I want to put like a dark tower in this swamp or something. But I've got this, and I've got all this. I've started keeping my my Abyssalcraft stuff in a chest over here. It's a golden chest. And I made a gateway key. So the gateway key required 2 slimy bones, 2 Corallium pearls, and Oblivion catalyst. The Oblivion catalyst required 4 shards of Oblivion, and the prismarine, I was actually getting prismarine from helmet crabs, which is why I was inspired to do this. I was like, oh, I'm getting prismarine now, I may as well start doing this thing. And I was always getting ender pearls slowly. I've used all of them up, I think, by now. And my shards of Oblivion are 4 shadow gems around a transmutation gem. And I created a transmutation gem. These bags keep swapping themselves around. It's really annoying. Yes, it is. So the transmutation gem in here was created from 2 transformation powder, which I got from the first garden maze in the Twilight I did. A Corallium pearl, 4 aquamarine, and 2 ender pearls. So made a transmutation gem. So I made the 4 catalysts, then I made the Oblivion pearl, and then I made the gateway key, which right-clicking the ground just makes this structure. No pomp and circumstance, this just appeared suddenly. So you didn't miss anything. What you did miss is that, see, they keep swapping themselves around. Excuse is I also made the Staff of Rending from another shard of Oblivion, and 4 shadow gem shards. So, you know, I went to this here area. This is a dark forest. I was able to find that thanks to the compass I made a long time ago to try and find a mesa. But if we step through this portal, you're not missing much in this area, to be honest. It's seriously just zombies for as far as the eye can see. There's weird chain things. You need a Staff of Rending because you click these guys, right click, and it does a very small amount of damage. And you can see on here, Abyssal Wasteland Energy, 47 out of 100. I click this guy, 48 out of 100. Every 100 points, you get some Abyssal Wasteland essence. And seriously, that's pretty much all that realm is. I had a look around, there's nothing much there. And what do you need the essence for? You use it to make Skin of the Abyssal Wasteland. And you use Corallium Plagued Flesh, 8 of it around one of those. So you need 64 Corallium Plagued Flesh, 8 Abyssal Wasteland Energy, and you get 8 Skin of the Abyssal Wasteland. Why do we need 8 skin? Stop swapping these around, please. Because if we get my Necronomicon, wherever that may be, wasn't on the pedestal on my way here, so I'm very confused. Well, that's just bizarre. I seem to have misplaced my Necronomicon. Either that or it blew up while it was on the pedestal. I am not entirely sure. But to make a Necronomicon yet again, I suppose it's always good to be reminded of how we did this. You need a book, 2 iron, and a bunch of flesh. I know I have some books somewhere. They're probably in my resource chest. I have a memory of that. We're also going to need 6 of you. Yes, and a book. Okay. So if we make a Necronomicon, which I shouldn't have had to do, but we are, that's what we're doing now. There we go. And we surround it with 8 Abyssal Flesh of the Wasteland, or whatever it's called. Skin of the Abyssal Wasteland. We get an Abyssal Wasteland Necronomicon. So that's how we upgrade our Necronomicon. And I thought while I was going to do all that stuff with you here, without you, I may as well make this milestone in the Abyssalcraft mod on camera. So there you go. Now, I have been walking around with 9 Abyssal Wasteland cobblestone, which, you guessed it, we're getting from the Abyssal Wasteland. I really should just, like, break this thing for now, because it's doing absolutely nothing. And it should be moved anyway. So, you all come with me. We'll leave the sludge to do its sludginess. I'm just waiting for this tree to get out of my way. There we go. So just like how we made our original creepy ritual circle, if we grab our cobblestone and start arranging it this way, now that we have this different, or this upgraded Necronomicon, we shift right click this. I said if we shift right click, no. Excuse me. Yeah, so now we can do some creepy ritual stuff, but that's not really what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's take a look at this manual, because I will show you here. Forbidden Knowledge. Abyssalcraft. Is it in here? No. This book is incredibly confusing, by the way. Information. Getting started. Okay. So, cobblestone, darkstone, cobblestone, abyssal cobblestone. Right? And we have abyssal cobblestone. And I should just be able to shift right click it when it's in the correct pattern. Which we have it in the correct pattern. And it should turn into our abyssal version of this. But I imagine it's locked behind a stage, which I suppose is good, because it means we should get our butts over to the Ghast Tower, or first the Knights anyway, and do all that stuff. So, that gets me on to my next piece of feedback from Reese Bowman, who said, collect map focuses anyway, even after you made them, even after you make the maze map, because you need one for the journey map token, and they are totally right, you do. Well, that's weird. I'm not sure why that's happened. Yeah, we're going to ignore that and just do the proper one. We need a maze map focus, an empty map, blank map, map focus, Alpha Yeti Fur, Ring of Ascent, and 2 Charms of Keeping 3. I only have 1. So good thing we're going to the Ghast Tower. And I'm not sure where you get the Lamp of Cinders. I've never seen one. But these are very easy to make, so no worries there. But then we can replace our Antique Atlas for Journey Map. So thank you, Reese. And Maxim said I should use the deconstruction table to get the steel leaf out of steel leaf armors, since I can't melt them down. I think the deconstruction table is either disabled or not available in this age. So that's unfortunately not an option. Anyway, I'm going to see you guys in the Twilight Forest. Okie dokie, so we're back in the Twilight Forest at our portal. If we come north of there, the original Ghast tower I found is all the way down here, or rather the Dark Forest. This is the Ghast area, this is the Dark Forest around it. Too far away. Instead, we're going to go north, and this is the dungeon I first went into to get my nightly stuff. But we're going to find another one around the side to do from scratch. So I'm going to head on north here, and I'll see you once we get to the Dark Forest. Okay, we're finally here to the edge of the Dark Forest. Wonder if we can get a view of the Ghast tower from the edge, if we are lucky with the view distance. Maybe, maybe not. Doesn't look like it though, which is probably a good thing. Keeps the mystery. But we want to go into this place and find another night dungeon, which means I have to go around this part of the Dark Forest, which I've already been into, and find a new one, which should just be kind of up ahead-ish, somewhere around here. Look at this map. Yeah, should be kind of ahead and to the west. Because what we need to do in here is go and find... So what I imagine this place is meant to be, it's kind of meant to be like an old castle or a keep. Where some spirits of old were buried. And while long abandoned, goblins have moved in and started wearing the armor of the knights or whatever used to live here. Or at least that's how I've interpreted it. And you'll understand that from the boss once we see it. And the enemies. Because the enemies are hilarious and fun. Oh, hello, Enderman. Come back here. Come back here. What? Where'd you go? No, seriously, where'd you go? Yeah. Get angry. Come kill me. I demand it. No, didn't drop any enderpearl dust. That's unfortunate. So, don't worry if you can't see, I can't either. This place is intentionally dark and very, very busy. I have no intention of creating any sort of real path through here. Because hopefully in one foul swoop or 2 foul episodes, we'll be done with the Dark Forest entirely and won't be coming back here. Unless it's to get helmet crab spawners. But look, it's a big knight. Or is it? No, it's 2. It's 2 goblins. One wearing the pants and one wearing armor and with a spear. It's pretty cool. And that's your first clue there. Wearing armor that's not theirs. How do we get in? Oh, I've just realized there's a problem. This might be tricky. Yep. In order to get into one of these places, you need a trophy. In this case, I need a Naga trophy. And I didn't bring one with me because I forgot that was a requirement. Whoops. How do we solve that? Look, I'll be real with you. I have no intention of doing the whole walk all the way back to the base just to get a Naga trophy and bring it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give myself an IOU and destroy one of my trophies when I get back. There we go. We have opened the way. And now we can get in there. But the question is, how? Because I don't want to use my scaffolding for this. We'll grab some of this. This is under stone or under brick. And we can get out with it later. Although I am also desperately low on torches. I have made the worst decision in preparation for coming here. Not only did I not bring the trophy, I didn't bring any lighting. Torch berries. Can we still use those to make torches? We can. So if I go back up and source some torch berries, we should be alright. Turns out finding 10 torch berries is harder work than I had originally anticipated. Finding 1 torchberry, no worries. Finding 10, abandon hope, all ye who enter here. This is no good. So, anyway, we have 50 torches, which should be enough to go on. You can get out of my inventory. But yeah, now it's just about exploring the place until we find what we are looking for. Like block and chain goblins. I believe none of the goblins so far have actually dropped any of the nightly armor shards that I've been looking for. I feel like I have been left out of some decision that was made to keep me from nightly stuff. Nope, there we go. So, armor shards are dropped from goblins and helmet crabs. Excuse me. And with 9 of them, you're essentially a nugget. With 9 of them you get an armor cluster. With an armor cluster you can turn that into a night metal ingot. And then a night metal ingot can be used to make all sorts of stuff. Including the tinker stuff. The other nice thing about these places is anvils. Because anvils can be melted down into... Whoa! We must be on the edge of the Ghast tower. So I walk into here, I'm sure I go blind? Is that what happens? Yeah. That's a problem. Actually, if this dungeon has made itself part of the Ghast area... Oh, I can't hit anything in here either. Okay. Because if the boss for this dungeon is inside that area... What did you drop? Notes on Stronghold. Huh. An explorer's notebook written on faintly glowing paper. The tendrils of darkness surrounding this area are just a manifestation of a protective spell over the entire dark forest. The spell causes blindness, which is quite vexing. I've seen several... I imagine that's have. I have seen several interesting things in the area that would like to keep exploring. Next entry, I found the ruins in the dark forest. They belong to a stronghold of a type usually inhabited by knights, rather than... What? Rather than knights, though, this stronghold is full of goblins. They wear knightly armor, but their behavior is most unknightly. Oh, so I was right. Deep in the ruins, I have found a pedestal. The pedestal seems to be the type that knights would place trophies on to prove their strength. Obtaining a powerful scepter would seem to weaken the curse on the dark forest, and placing a trophy associated with a powerful creature on the pedestal would grant access into the main part of the stronghold. Scepter, you say? Well, okay. If this dungeon has spawned most of itself under the Ghast biome, then abandon all hope, all ye who enter here. But I'm going to keep looking around, because you never know. These places are quite big. The boss arena might not actually be affected. And I'm going to hope that that's the case. So, I'll be back once I have determined if that's true or not. Okay, so, quite luckily, quite near where we came in, turns out but the boss room was quite close on the second floor. I think the boss room can be anywhere because in the first dungeon I did, the boss room was on the first floor and this one's on the second. This is the nightly boss room. And here we have 8 phantoms, which we have to murder. Go figure. I guess we have to fight... I've not actually fought these guys since they're completed... since the completed version of them. Was it simple? Was it that simple? I'm confused. Can't possibly have been, right? Because I only killed one of the small ones. Oh, do I get boss drops for every single one? That's a little worrying, huh? So we took care of the main one. And that was the last dude. So we got 6 epic shaded grab bags, phantom helms, unbreaking 3, projectile protection, fire protection. We'll take all of them, why not? And we get some knightly stuff. Knightly sword, knightly pick, knightly axe. So the axes are pretty cool actually. Extra damage to unarmored targets, which most enemies are unarmored normally. We can wear trophies as helmets, by the way, if you didn't know that. But there we go. We should now be able to access the Ghast tower with no issue. Although it did say something about a powerful scepter, but so who knows. Going to need a carbonite reactor to create your first engine. No, we are in the wrong spot. We want this one. Settle the restless phantoms in the Knight's Tomb and the carbonite tower's device will obey you. Okay. But perhaps we still have to deal with the dark stuff. In which case we do have a Lich's Scepter. Or maybe the fact that we've beaten the Lich already will mean that we are... That was some major lag, by the way. Mean that we are fine to continue. Who knows? But let's press on. If I can remember my way out. Here it is. And if you're worried about the amount of space in my backpack right now, fear not. There are 2 golden bags in my bag for a reason. We'll get rid of you. We'll start putting this stuff away. All of it. Just all of it. Dirt and cobblestone both. Great. So, according to our atlas, if we move this way, we should either encounter shadow tendrils or we should be fine. If it will let me put torches down. Any second now the forest will give way. Yeah, I imagine we're fine. Because I'm not seeing any tendrils. Just some nice red trees and still a thick forest. And some mist wolves. Excuse me. Out of my way, sir. Somewhere in here. Oh, druid. Out of my way, druid. Yeah, I feel pretty invincible with the new armor, to be honest. I think that's what Tinker's does in general. And Tinker's armory, or Construct's armory, is no different. Ah, here we are. In a Ghast tower, or the bottom of it anyway. It is huge. It is by far my favourite dungeon though, from the Twilight Forest. That being said, I've not done any of the later ones because they weren't ready. By the time I had kind of had my fill of Twilight Forest back in the day. Trying to find the entrance. It usually does have an entrance. But seems like it might have spawned a little bit underground. Ah, yes it did. Okay. So we right click this. Boop. It opens. This is why I love this place, because it has this kind of cool mystical nature to it. But we're going to try and press on in here a little bit, although I might finish the episode sooner rather than later. I think what we might try and do to end this episode is there is a door in this place, or a few doors actually. We might try and tackle the first door and end the episode there. Definitely want you. I want to collect as many of those and not use them as I can. So there's Carmenite Ghastlings in this place, which are quite cool, because they're mini Ghasts. They're quite valuable actually, because they're a lot easier and smaller than normal Ghasts, and they still drop Ghast tears. Quite abusable. I'm going to take all that because I have none of those things at home. Hey you, I see you. Alright. These guys are raining out of the sky. I see your spawner. Oh. Light. I see your multiple spawners actually. Okay, yeah, that's friendly. Come on down, jerk. Pinch beetle. Don't know where you came from. Hang on. I've got an answer to this. Yeah. Shoot me all you want. Care not for your shenanigans. Not sure what that spawner is. Maybe it's a Ghastling spawner? If it is, I want to try and steal it. Yeah, that's definitely a Ghastling spawner. So I'm gonna snaffle you up. Is that creeper gonna make things difficult? Please don't. Please don't, Mr. Creeper. Yeah, like I said, these are valuable, so I want to try and keep the Ghast spawner for later use. I was informed, by the way, by Winterblade Gaming that spawners run out in Sevtech. Although I think I have found a way around that, and it involves carry-on. Basically, over the course of a spawner spawning spawns, every time it spawns something, it gives off a puff of smoke. And with that particular mod installed, the puff has colour, and at first it's green, and then it moves to yellow, and then it moves to red, and then eventually the spawner stops working. Or it disappears entirely, I think. So the answer to that is you pick it up, and you put it back down, and it resets the health of the spawner. And carry-on's interesting because it's meant to keep the NBT, which, if you're not familiar with what NBT is, it's basically the data of a block, or the intricate data of a block that you have in the world. So, for some reason, carry-on is not collecting that data when you pick up a spawner. So, I think how the spawner that stops spawners from working, the mod that stops spawners from working, works by watching a spawner rather than editing the spawner. And if the spawner is no longer in the position that it used to be, it's assumed to be a new spawner. And therefore is treat it as if it is brand new. I am actually going to collect all of these. I am sorry, but I want them. I want Ghast hairs. Because I know we have to make Galgadorian metal later on in Sevtech, and that involves lots of Ghast hairs. So if I can just create like a pile down here at the bottom of the tower, just have a wall of Ghast spawners, I'm happy. Anyway, where were we? Alright, we're on the next level. You can see all these red things flashing about. I believe that's the anti-builder. It stops you from building in the space that it protects. Because I think upstairs is a puzzle. Yeah. Although it seems to have been partially destroyed by Worldgen. That's fine. So... take out the knightly axe, put the bow back for now. You can see that was replaced with a reappearing block behind me. And that's going to keep happening. And the way you get through is by destroying these, first of all. Why am I using a non-axe? So that will stop these from reappearing. If you get all of them, that is. Destroy that one. Yeah. And then the other thing, how to get through these mazes, is by destroying anywhere there's a single fence and moving through after you've destroyed it. Don't try and destroy 2 blocks at once. Try and look for where there's one fence and move through. Like here, what we could do, unless it's an anti-builder, Darkwood, am I allowed to place that there? No, I'm not. Okay, so that's not going to work. But we can go this way, and 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 this way. Oh, okay. It's odd. Get out of here. The other thing is, you just try and find, those, and destroy them where you can. Although, I'm feeling like this might be a little broken, because there's normally meant to be at the other side. So, this is the other side of this little fence maze thing, right? But there's 2 fences here, or 4 there, 4 there. That's the one I broke, so that would have been 4 there, and 4 there. So... I don't think the maze formed properly. Or maybe it did. No, that's 4 there. It's also 4 there. And also this is like the outside of the puzzle. I don't know. In which case, I think we just try and move through as fast as we can. But, hey, Drolkus, try and get that, fixed, would you? Okay. So let's continue to move on. Yeah, okay, this is our first key door. And this is what I wanted to tackle before the end of the episode. So, you'll see that there's 3 doors, normal doors here, and 1 with these funny little symbols here. You need a key for each of these symbols. And a key looks like those symbols, except green. And they should be in loot chests in each of these, in the towers that are attached to each of these doors. So we're just going to pick one and carry on. Oh, hello. Blew up anyway, that's fine. Ooh, Carmenite Golem. These guys are fun. There you go. Too many skeletons in here. Stop. This isn't even your dungeon. No. Stop it. No exploding. I have banned you from exploding. So normally, these are funny. This block here would have been there. This is a sticky piston, and this would normally be retracted. So what I did is, the block was there. I push the piston forward so it sticks to the block that's over the chest, preventing the chest from being opened. I push it again, it brings that block out of the way, which now allows me to open the chest. Pretty classy. I'm going to take these even though I shouldn't have them. Experiment 115. These are amazing because they're all the food groups, I think. Yeah. Of course they are limited to however many you loot from Ghast towers. Boop. And you can turn it off with that one. I like how the theme of the Ghast tower is redstone. There's cute little redstone contraptions in it. Oh, hi. Yep. I've heard of a spider jockey, but I've not heard of a broodling jockey. Now, I have no real use for carbonate broodlings, so I'm just going to destroy this. And this is a trap. Floor disappears when you touch the pressure plates. Get out of my way. Okay. We're getting closer to having a key, please? No key. And we're outside, so that's fun. So now we just go all the way to the bottom of this little tower, and we get to the next tower that we can. Which is... we'll take this one. Oh, hello. Stop existing. Thank you for complying. So this is a broken one. Now, a lot of people think broken ones don't have keys. That's a lie. They can sometimes have keys. So you should try to explore the broken towers as best you possibly can. How are we gonna get up there? I have these scaffoldings, but I don't want to waste them. That's not what they're for. Okay, take some tower wood, not without a great deal of effort. I'm sure I can take these stairs. These will do just fine. Okay. You? No, you don't have a tower key either. I will take your lamps. And as long as I don't touch them, I get to keep them, so... And that's upstairs, so no key in this one either. We'll be going this way, thank you very much. And last one for this tower. Towers with towers. I know it makes conversation about it confusing, but I hope you're following along. It's one of these. Push, pull. Nothing. Let there be something. Huh. Alright. Maybe I should be taking the pistons and stuff? I guess I should. I can always start that now. I'm not going to go back for pistons we've missed. Key? Yes, key. Okay, great. And lots of experiment. And glowstone, which is unfamiliar to me, but I'm going to take it anyway. And knockback. Cool. I will take your sticky piston and the comparator, and I will take the redstone as well. Sorry that it's so dark. I'm running out of torches, so I'm trying to be conservative with them. But, taking these, thank you. Right, next door. Probably should have focused on killing him, but I didn't. I have stuff in my inventory I do not want. Out. Out. Start putting things in the loot bag. Key, you can stay here. Cool. Next door. You will do just fine. I can hear a witch somewhere. Don't think I don't hear that witch. I'm not familiar with witches being a thing. This might be a Carmenite Golem spawner. I can't remember what they drop. I think they might drop time wood. Which I don't really need. So I'm not going to bother collecting the Golem spawners. Second key. And we're done with this miniature tower. Third key. Great. I'm getting there. Sure. I will take the glowstone. So the glowstone and stuff should become familiar with us. To us. When we progress to the next stage. A lot of this stuff should, actually. That's a Carmenite Guardian. You can tell because it's got a lower voice. And they're a lot bigger. The fourth key is not within you, though. Alright. It's fine, because there is one more door for us to go through downstairs. Oh boy. Lag happens. That's all there is to it. And it always happens at points where you can get your ass kicked. There's no golem spawner there. Yeah, they drop time wood. Which is this stuff, this orange stuff. Last door. Please, 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 please. Thank you. Too many tiny spiders. Out. No key. Yet. No key yet. Please, creeper. Creepers are always inconvenient at best. You never like, oh, a creeper, thank you. Or maybe you are if you're looking for gunpowder or something. But that's really me. Okay. No. No. So the key better be here or we're stuck. I'm fairly sure I've checked every chest on the way. Key? Yeah, 4 keys. Great. Pass on the book. So, once we get down here, we should be able to progress to the next stage of the tower. Now there's another door we have to get through and then finally the boss. But we're going to leave that for next episode. Ooh, the suspense. Please let me out of here. Here we go. Okay. Hello, big boy. Large lad. No. Slap. Second slap. Great. So now we get the keys and... Excuse me. And... Pop, 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 pop. Bam. Oh, hello. Hey. Alright. So, now that the skeleton's dead, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.